Hello, good afternoon. This is David Sutter talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions for the upcoming trading week of May 4th through May 8th, 2020. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at all the major Forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame, just so we can see what has happened this past week. And then I'm going to try to compare that to higher time frames, such as the 4-hour, daily, and weekly, and then give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week. Okay, so to begin with, I want to mention real quick that this coming week is the non-farm payroll. Okay, so this coming Friday at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, there will be a release of all the unemployment figures for the United States. Okay, and so please be careful when trading during that time. I really strongly do not recommend trading at all during that time. Probably about 30 minutes prior and about 30 minutes after, I would not trade. Okay, so just be careful during that time. All right. Now to begin with here, let's look at EURUSD. I have this on a 30-minute chart, and we see here more or less is in a flat range of market, right? Where the price did end higher than where it began, so that means it's in a slight uptrend, and this has been fighting to go up for quite some time. So bigger question is it going to keep going up? Okay, it looked like it went up, hit this resistance, and it started to come back down and then shot up even more. Now it hit another resistance and is, it started to come down. Looks like it's going back up again. So it is definitely headed towards the bullish side, right? Now if we look at the 4-hour chart, we have a strong signal to sell. So oh wow, so now it looks like it's going to be dropping this week. Okay, but if we look at the daily shows to go up. Okay, and the weekly shows to go up as well. So long term, this is going to be headed up. Okay, and like I said, the market is bullish. So since we have a signal to sell on the 4-hour this week, I predict this price to be dropping this week. Okay, not so much, but yes, the price should be dropping. I would wait about another candle or two before I actually sold, and wait for the price to drop at least a few hundred points, and then I would sell and then close the trade on a 30-minute time frame when I get a blue arrow. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So, and when you can buy and sell both this week. Okay, so it's gonna be really, really good. So right now you can sell, and then when you get the blue arrow, you can buy again. So it doesn't matter, you buy and sell this week. More or less, we're going to see a flat range of market again, because it's probably going to follow the same pattern, except we're going to still have a slight uptrend. Okay, so that is what I predict for EURUSD. So yes, you can buy and sell both, but just I would probably more or less use a 15-minute time frame. That would probably be a little bit safer. Use a 15-minute time frame and then sell on the red arrows and close on the blue. All right. So moving on to GBPUSD. Okay, the Great British Pound versus US dollar. Again, we see everything was in a more or less in a flat range of market. The price did end a little bit higher than where it began. So the bigger question again is, the price going to keep going up, or is the price going to drop? Okay, I think we're going to see more of a range of market, meaning you can buy and sell both. Okay, now if we look at the 4-hour chart, we do not have a red arrow. Okay, it did hit a strong level of resistance. If we mark this red arrow here, we see the price hit the same level of resistance and it's already dropping. So even though we do not have a red arrow, we had a red arrow here before. Okay, so we do have a marker there, and we can expect this price to drop. Now, since it's been in a range of market like this for quite some time, I do not expect it to drop a lot. Okay, so if you look at the daily shows to go up and the weekly shows to go up as well. Okay, same as its predecessor. So one thing to note though, even if you're going to daily or weekly, the price hit this level of resistance right here. Okay, and then it came up and hit the same level of resistance again right here. Okay, so what that means is that it's hitting some really, really strong resistance. We're going to see the price drop again, and if I mark this support right here, we can see that's a pretty strong level of support. There's another level right here slightly lower, but I think the price will drop back down here and then go back up. Okay, probably not this week, but probably next week we should see this break out. okay, and go even higher. I do not expect this to drop lower. I expect this to keep going up even higher. All right. So, but it's all going to be dependent on the non-farm payroll this week as well. So, anyhow, put your charts on a 15-minute time frame, and you can buy and sell both. Okay. Right now, it shows the buy on the 15-minute chart, but I do expect this to drop. What will probably happen is the price will go up a ways, and we see a level of resistance right here, and we can expect the price to go up that high, and then form another red arrow. So right this minute you could buy on the 15-minute chart, and then if you get a red arrow, sell. Okay, but since the 4-hour chart shows to sell, okay, and the daily and the 1-hour chart also, I would expect this to keep dropping. Okay, it's probably going to drop all the way back down to this support here, or somewhere, somewhere thereabouts. Okay, so yes, you could buy right now, catch a few pips, and then when if you go in the 30-minute or 15-minute time frame, if you get a signal to sell, then sell. Okay, and more or less, I probably would just wait until I get a signal to sell, and then sell. Okay, so I'll kind of leave it up to you exactly how you trade that. But yes, you can buy and sell this week. Should be no problem. If we look at AUDUSD, okay, the Australian dollar versus the US dollar, we see that the price, again, is more or less in a range of market, where the price went up and came back down and ended pretty much where it began, right? So we can see this already. Now, we had this big drop here on Thursday and Friday. Now it's hit a pretty strong level of support and should be going back up, right? Now, the Australian dollar has been very strong lately, okay, the last few weeks, and has been steadily going up. Now we had this big drop, okay? So the question right now, is it going to keep dropping, or is it going to go back up? So let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart shows to go down still, okay? So yes, we are still in a downtrend, and I would expect this to drop even more. But if we look at the daily and even the weekly, it shows to go up. So yes, long term this will be going up. Okay, if you get the daily chart, I could draw a trend line like this going up, and we see the price here is just breaking that trend line. Okay, so if it continues to break, which I think it will, it's already broken by 2 candles in the 4-hour, so that's a perfect time to sell, and we can expect this to keep on dropping. Okay, for this week. So the 1-hour shows to go up, 30 minutes shows to go up. So here's what I would do. Since the 30-minute shows to go up and it's already starting to go up, wait till this goes up and forms a red arrow and then sell. Okay, you could buy right now if you want, but I would probably more or less just wait right now and wait for a red arrow. The price might go up and hit this trend line and then bounce back down. And then if it does, that's great. And it'll be a perfect time to sell and then catch a maximum amount of profit. So this price will go back up, hit this trend line and drop it down. And it's probably going to drop a good ways. We see right here we have a level of support on this blue arrow. It hit several times. The price had come up right here, hit a resistance, and then broke and formed a support. Okay, so we can expect the price to drop about that far. So if we get the crosshairs, let's go from this trend line down, you're looking at about 2,000 pips or points, right? So that's a really, really nice profit this week. Okay, so yes, look to sell the Australian dollar, US dollar this week. Okay, I would not buy at all. All right, so moving on to US dollar, Swiss franc, USD CHF, we see the price had dropped this week. Okay, and the US dollar has been slowly working itself into a downtrend, and now it hit a strong level of support and is slowly starting to come back up. So what's going to happen long term? Well, let's look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart shows the buy, right? So that's a good indication that the price will be going up this week. If we look at the daily, however, it shows to go down, and the weekly shows to go up, right? So it's kind of some mixed signals, and the monthly shows to go down. So what's exactly going to happen? Well, the price hit this level of support right here, and what I feel is, since we have an up arrow right now, this indicator is not repainted and it's already formed a blue candle. What we can expect is for the price to be going up this week, and more or less we're going to see a flat ranging market. Okay, that is, I can guarantee that's what's going to happen. Now, of course, this Friday is non-farm payroll, and we don't know exactly what's going to happen. So I think the dollar is going to drop come this Friday. So we will see, okay, about that. But in the beginning of this week, up until Friday, this price should be going up, okay? And what's going to happen is we have a resistance up here. So if we, if we buy here and go up here somewhere, you're looking at what, 1,500 pips or points. So you could get at least 1,000 pips out of this, okay, guaranteed. And what I would do is, you can stick to the 1 hour chart, and you can buy right now and just wait until you get a red arrow on the 1 hour chart. Okay, that would be very effective. And once you get the red arrow, then you can sell again, okay, and maximize your profits. Okay, so look for this to be going up for most of the week. I would probably say around Wednesday, late Thursday, we should see the price go back down. Okay, and then if non-farm payroll hits like I think it will, the price will drop even more. Okay, and that'll be new. You can really cash in and get a lot of profit on the way down as well. Okay, but for right now, definitely you want to buy, wait for the red arrow, and then sell again. Okay, so moving on to US dollar, Japanese yen, USD JPY. You see here on the 30-minute time frame, we have more or less a flat ranging market again, and the price, I don't see any clear trends forming. Right now we had this red arrow and it's been dropping, so technically it should drop some more. But if we look here on the 4 hour chart, we have an up arrow, right? And the price is already starting to go back up. If we look on the daily, we have an up arrow as well, and the weekly has an up arrow. So yes, I feel like this will be going up this week. And US dollar Japanese yen is a little bit different than other USD pairs. Typically it has an inverse relationship to the US dollar Swiss franc. Not always, but typically has an inverse. Okay, so but this week I would definitely be looking to buy the US dollar Japanese yen. As you can see here on the 4 hour chart, we had multiple blue arrows but never formed a red arrow. Okay, so what you can do is you can go to like a 30-minute time frame or even 1 hour. Right now it shows to go down right on the 1 hour, and the 4 hour shows to go up. So what will probably happen here, you had two blue arrows preceded by followed by a red arrow. It might drop a little bit and then form a blue arrow, but what I'm thinking is going to happen is going to keep going up and then form another red arrow. Okay, if you get what I think you could do, here's what I think you could do. Just stick to a 4 hour chart. If you try to, let's wait for this drop. Okay, it's a 30-minute chart. Go to the 30-minute chart. Wait for the blue arrow. Okay, it's probably going to form early Monday. When you get a blue arrow, okay, then you want to buy. Okay, and then close a trade when you get a red arrow on the 4 hour chart. Okay, so this is going to be a long-term buy. Okay, and like I said, watch out for non-farm payroll this week, but we can expect this US dollar Japanese to steadily be going up this week. Okay, I would definitely be expecting it to go up. Just be careful right now in the open in the market this week for the price to drop. If it forms a blue arrow on the 30-minute chart, which I'm hoping for, would be perfect to buy. Okay, you could buy right now, but the good thing is I would stick to a 4-hour chart and wait for this to go up and form a red arrow. Okay, and then I would close and take my profit. All right, and it probably will go up as high as this right here, is what I'm guessing, because you get a strong level of resistance. So for the majority of this week, we're going to see this price go up. Okay, so moving on to US dollar, Canadian dollar. Again, we see the price was more or less in a flat range of market. The price ended basically where it started. Okay, the price dropped and came back up. So now the bigger question is it going to keep going up? Okay, if you look at the 4-hour chart here, yes, we show that the price is already in an uptrend. If you look at the daily, it shows it go down, and the weekly as well. Okay, so I know long term this will be dropping. Okay, so it looks like all the USD pairs are going to be going up this week. Okay, if you look at the 4-hour chart, we have an uptrend forming already. Now it hit a level of resistance right here, and it's starting to come back down. Oops, and I can mark that right here. Okay, I can mark that level of resistance because if you look at the 1-hour chart, it shows the drop already. But what's going to happen is the price is going to drop. I don't know how far. We have an area of resistance right here that formed a support. So what we can do, we can expect is the price to drop about probably down here and then form a blue arrow. Okay, and when it does, that's when you want to buy. Okay, you could sell right now, catch a little bit of profit, and then buy again. Okay, and this is your resistance right now, and this is your support. Okay, so basically this is like your range, flat range, if you will, and we can expect the price to right inside this range for the next couple of days, and then it's going to break out. Okay, probably it's going to drop, come back down, and break up and go even higher. Okay, simply because the 4-hour chart shows the buy. So watch for the price to drop here and then shoot back up even higher. If it drops here and you buy and it breaks, then hold that trade and wait for a red arrow on the 4-hour chart. Okay, you have a red arrow here, so we can expect the price to come back up as high as that level. Okay, that's what I'm hoping for this week. So if you want, you can stick to buy opportunities only. But like I said, in the beginning of this week, you could sell right now, catch a little bit of profit on the way down, and then buy again when it goes back up. Okay, I'll leave that up to you exactly what you do, but you definitely want to be buying this week for the US dollar. Okay, all the USD pairs look like they will be going up this week. Going into next week, we should see the price come back down again. Okay, and that's just how the Forex market works. Okay, so that concludes my weekly trade predictions. If you have any questions at all about this predictions, or if you have any other question about any other currency pair, I don't care what it is, gold or whatever, just hit me up on Facebook and ask me, and I'll be more than happy to help you. Okay, there is a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Also, there is a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so that said, I look forward to helping you. Thank you, and have a wonderful week.